Good morning. It's not a bad morning. No, it's all right. Don't check your clock. I've just come on because for once I've got a moment or two before we actually start to broadcast at 8 o'clock. And I just wanted to have a chat. I'm sitting here watching the drayman deliver beer to the Black Horse pub. The Black Horse pub is where we actually broadcast from. Mirador television. Note the name. Because it is a television channel that thinks outside the box. It ignores every convention that established television grasps as the Holy Grail. And broadcasting from a pub is one of them. But you can broadcast from a pub too. Because we are about now, if you count everybody, about 15 strong. Not only that, we've got a great support team in the pub staff. Dick, Joe, Michael, Johnny. They all look after us in a very real way. And it just shows how media and the business world can get along together and cooperate. But we are aged, at least on the television side we are. There's not anybody who works with us or for us under 50, and most of us are to be lucky under 90. That doesn't mean to say that we're not vital and that we don't think outside the box. We do. And we provide a pretty fair service to our community. Okay, we've got a long way to go, but we've come a long way too. And we've come a long way despite the fact that we're oldies. Now, I don't have any isms at all. So I don't say we're deliberately old. We're not. But we do value the fact that we've got lots of experience and we're able to bring that to this channel. And our comment and the input is based on lots of experience, not only in time, but in distance, because between us, we've been to almost all parts of the world. But we do need some more people, because the service that we provide 5 days a week from 8 until 11 takes a lot of resources, and we are few, and we could do with a few more. So if you fancy being part of television, you don't necessarily have to be on the air, although we try to encourage anybody who works for us to be on the air, because it's a skill that is easily adopted. It is actually, if you watch some of the programs that are on established television, you can see just how far some of the youngsters have got to come to even look comfortable in front of the camera. We're quite comfortable. It doesn't matter if we cock things up. But we do perform a very vital service. And we are independent. We believe in freedom of speech, freedom of action, freedom of movement. We don't believe in obscenity. And we try hard not to nick copyright, although that's a minefield in itself. But we do perform a vital service. And if you want to get involved in your community and you want something a bit different, a bit daring, and where your ideas and thoughts will be welcomed and integrated and discussed and debated not just tossed onto a pile with a promise to look at it tomorrow, then why not join us? Drop me a line personally. Hayes Keith, or one word, Hayes Keith at hotmail.com. Fairly simple. Just say, Mr. Keith, I'd like to join you. Now, I personally get a big kick out of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and heading for the pub and opening up, turning the key in the door, walking in, and it's a race against time with Declan, the landlord, who is also our chief of staff, as to who gets here first. But often I'm able to sit here surrounded by huge amounts of booze and contemplate not only the day, but take a leisurely look at what's going on in the world and make up my mind about what our view would be, what my view would be, because it's not necessarily the same view as those people who appear on Mirador. You can do that if you want, if you feel energetic enough, or you can do it from home, because we have this remarkable piece of software called StreamYard that replicates more or less everything that a big television station can do. The only thing is we just have to make sure that our twitchy finger doesn't press the wrong button. But when it does, what the heck? Everybody makes mistakes. And let's not pretend that we don't make mistakes as well. Now, I said if you're 50 or over, but if you're 50 or under and you're looking for something meaningful, for some reason, the youngsters that we've had involved in this station have not lasted for very long. We think it's because they don't have the same sense of duty that we do, the same sense of contributing to their community. Hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully there are young people out there who would love to be involved with us oldies, gain from our experience, and steer us into the future where we need steering. We are open to absolutely everything. So if you're thinking of volunteering, give Mirador a thought. We need you. We want you. We are open to you. We're a very decent lot. We have a lot of fun together. But occasionally we might get a bit spiky with each other in trying to bring the very best that we can. And that is our key word. We are meritocrats. We don't care about isms. We don't care about age. We don't care about a lot of things that society has got itself twisted around and seems to want to impose upon a blank landscape that really is crying out for value, for quality, for people who know what they're doing, or at least have the conviction in what they're doing. So do come and join us. No matter how old you are, there is room for you at Mirador. And we need you. We need you. Believe me, at the end of a day, at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I've had it. I'm exhausted. And yet there is still loads to do for the next day. Now today, we are launching our series interviewing the candidates for becoming Member of Parliament for the Lewis constituency in Parliament at this election. And we've got Bernard Brown from the Reform Party. So far, out of the 6 candidates, we've only had 1 refusal. Perhaps that's because they are already ruling Lewis. Whether they're ruling Lewis well or badly is up to you to decide. I mean the viewer. They've hid themselves pretty well from us right now. And incidentally, we're international. We get to we get to parts of the world that other parts need to refresh and don't. During a 3-hour stint, it's amazing where our viewers come from, apart from locally and across the country. But our correspondents also come from New York, other parts of the United Kingdom, from Normandy, from other bits and pieces in the world. We are no format. As John Henty, who will be on later today, says, there's no script. We just sit down and we talk. And where it takes us, God only knows. But it's always interesting. So join us. Join us as a viewer, but also think about joining us as a television professional. The bits that you don't know, we'll teach you. The bits that you do, you can teach us. hayeskeith@hotmail.com. Drop me a line. Let's talk it through. Right, I've got to go and prepare now for our regular show, which starts at 8 o'clock. What's the time now? 7:49. Another 10 minutes. The Chief of Staff is busy getting the pub ready for the day. He's just taken delivery of several barrels of beer, and he'll make sure that the pipes are clean and that beer is just absolutely refreshing. So if you want to drop by the Black Horse when the doors open at 12, you'll find a very refreshing pint. You'll also find the chief installed at the captain's table and me sitting at his feet, gazing at his skill in pouring a pint. he sometimes pats me on the head and sort of says, "Oh, Keith, your rant was pretty good this morning." That's because I've been tippling at the tap. No, it's not. I'm really very good. I'm really very, very good. I guard the booze. I don't actually pilfer it. All right. Just a moment or two before we start our day to invite you to come and join us. We don't care how old you are. For that matter, we don't care where you live or where you work or whatever. We are open to good minds, good thinking, and people who value freedom of speech in their community. It's a lovely feeling, being able to say what you want, as long as you don't defame anybody. And even then, we get pretty marginal. Keith Hayes, executive producer, Mirador Television, with the chief of staff busy in the background getting the beer ready for the day. And we hope that we will see some of you, either as participants or as viewers. But this is who we are. Toodle pip.